On today's episode of Zounds, the pidgin language Russenorsk. A pidgin language is a rudimentary form of communication that arises among speakers who share no common language, and particularly between speakers of unrelated languages. Most documented pidgins arise in bustling trade regions populated by speakers of many different languages. Russenorsk was spoken by fishermen on the Arctic coast of Norway in the 19th century. It is widely believed to have fallen out of use by the 1920s. Russenorsk is potentially unique, as it is believed to be the product of only two donor languages, Russian and Norwegian. It was also predominantly a seasonal language used during the summer and fall, with the winter months being the off-season for fishing. The earliest recorded instance of Russenorsk is from 1783, during the reigns of King Christian VII of Denmark and Norway and Catherine the Great, Empress of Russia. At this time, the two nations bordered the Kingdom of Sweden, but after the Finnish War of 1808, the Grand Duchy of Finland was ceded to the Russian Empire. This created much freer travel for traders from Murmansk and the White Sea to places like Hammerfest and Tromsø, and a burgeoning trade of cheap wheat and fish developed. By 1919, the Russian-Norwegian border had disappeared entirely due to Finland declaring independence. The newly established Soviet Union heavily restricted international travel for its citizens shortly thereafter, and thus the last Russian-Norwegian Arctic trade occurred in 1923. So what did Russenorsk look and sound like? Well, like all trade languages, Russenorsk was predominantly spoken, so there are few written records of it. But as it was primarily used in the 19th century, there are more surviving records of it than earlier pidgin languages. It was even studied by contemporary linguists such as Olaf Broch, one of the first scholars to use modern phonetic methodology to describe Slavic languages, who worked with Russenorsk starting in 1903. So while data is thin on the ground, I can tell you a few things. Firstly, verbs don't seem to conjugate. For example, the verb to buy is attested as kopom in the sentences tvoja fisk kopom, will you buy fish, and moja kopom altsama, I'm buying everything. Certain stock phrases come right from Russian, such as благодарю покорно, I humbly thank you, and spasiba, a less formal version of thank you. Other phrases come direct from Norwegian, such as bra man, good man, and grotstokka, great storm. Some phrases take a root from one language and apply a new syntax, such as mora moradag, which means the day after tomorrow, and is a reduplicative version of a Norwegian root. Numbers seem to come from both languages. There's evidence of Norwegian and Russian both contributing words for numerals. Pa moja kona tri junka to piga means I have a wife, 3 boys, and 2 girls. And jeden pud moki is 1 pound of coffee. There seems to be only one preposition, pa, which has many different meanings. Gamel goven pa moja is old good friend of mine, and dag pa Christus is day in Christ or a Christian holiday. Some phrases combine both Russian and Norwegian, such as kak sprek moja net forsto, which means what did you say I didn't understand, and kak vara you prodatli, what goods are you selling. So though there is evidence of mixing between Russian and Norwegian, and this would seem to indicate that Russenorsk is a pidgin language, its classification is actually a lot more tricky because of the limited available data. In the directly attested Russenorsk database, more than half of the lexical items occur only once. This is a data phenomenon called a hapex legomenon, a transliteration of a Greek phrase meaning seen once. In any corpus of language data, many words are hapex legomena because of how frequently any given word is used by a speaker. For example, if you were to take the sum total of all the text messages you have sent this year, it is likely that certain words would have been repeated frequently, while other words might appear only once. In the case of historical language corpora, scholars often have no other context to compare or analyze the hapex legomena to. For example, in Russenorsk, there is only one use of a causal question, why, which is presented with the question word kor. Now this word has 3 other uses in questions about location, but that is still only 4 pieces of information about the word kor. There is only one reference to singing in the phrase davai pesna, which contains no internal syntax and is comprised of 2 Russian words, let's and song. So there is much missing information about Russenorsk. One of the most important pieces of missing information is what the speakers of Russenorsk thought about the languages they were using themselves. Although many scholars claim influence on the Russenorsk from only 2 languages, that's actually highly unlikely, as fishermen in the area also came from other linguistic backgrounds such as Finnish and Sami. And, starting in 1850, Norwegian middle and upper-class schools began formally teaching the Russian language, so the number of speakers in trade with structural knowledge of Russian increased thereafter. It is possible that in the speech community, speakers were using a defined pidgin language. But it is also possible that they were trying to speak the other guy's language, such as they perceived it. It may have been that Russian speakers in the Arctic were speaking Russenorsk Russianly, or that Russian speakers in the Arctic thought that they were speaking Norwegian, and vice versa. In the dataset, there are examples of both Russian and Norwegian words for the same simple item, such as the words for flower and wife. So, until a new cache of documents magically becomes available, we shall be left to wonder whether Russenorsk was in fact a pidgin language, or more of a situation. Thanks for listening.